a thing that I want to share with you are some of the most common leases in Texas. The Texas Apartment Association is used throughout the whole state if you're renting an apartment. Likewise, if you're renting a house, it's likely you'll have this Texas Association of Realtors lease. These are not the only two leases, but these are by far the two most common leases in Texas. So the real tip is be familiar with your lease. Don't just sign it and initial and then fold it up and put it away and never really refer to your contract. You really want to be as wise and knowledgeable about your contract as possible. Because sometimes managers will stray from what the contract says or create their own arbitrary rules, and you are bound by your contract. So be familiar with your lease because you have to abide by the terms. It is a legally binding contract, generally speaking, and you want to know what you're entitled to and what you're obligated to, and that's typically what the lease says. The Texas Property Code is what regulates landlord-tenant residential law, typically Chapter 92, residential tenancies. So again, you can access that yourself. Just go to txtenants.org or Google Texas Tenants Union, Chapter 92. There's a whole world of information there for tenants to help educate and inform themselves about what the law says about the different topics. Our quick guide on tenants' rights that everybody should have gotten a copy of. You want to really review that because we took a lot of time and thought to help you stay on focus. And so basic ways to protect yourself is to get it in writing, put it in writing, keep copies of important papers and receipts for yourself. Don't depend on the office or the manager or the leasing agent to be good record keepers. You want to keep a file. Any notices that you get, you want to slip them in there even if you think you may not need it after reading it. But do keep those papers. Have proof that your landlord received things. Send important letters by certified mail, return receipt requested, or other traceable forms through the post office or private delivery company like UPS or FedEx. Know what's in your lease and abide by it. And we suggest that you avoid using the Dropbox. There's a lot of risk to using that Dropbox. You want to be a lot more official and formal in how you're delivering important notices. The law does say that tenants have a right to know the name and address of the owners of the property, as well as the name and address of the management company, because most tenants are not dealing directly with the owners. Most tenants are dealing with leasing agents, managers, regional managers, management companies. There could be lots of people between you and the actual owners. Owners certainly don't know you, may not know what your concerns or dissatisfactions are, but you have a right to communicate directly with the owners. The leases typically say that if you want the name and address of the owners of the property, you have to request it in writing. And so that's the first thing. Get it in writing, put it in writing, because you can ask for something 100 times verbally, and 100 times they don't have to provide you with that information, because having those verbal conversations, once you leave their office or hang up that phone, they just go back to what they were doing, and your position has not been elevated to anything that's credible or official. So if it's important to you, you want to articulate and communicate in writing. You want to keep a copy. You want proof that they received it. Proof is their signature on your copy or on the return receipt if they're not willing to sign your copy. So just be aware that there is a way for you to document the fact that they did receive something or that they refused and are acting in bad faith with you.